shot a video too. It's gonna be dropping here soon called Lemon Haze. Once again, the song's called Lemon Haze. I'm just kind of going through how I mixed and mastered it and how I went about that. So you can use it on your own stuff if you want. So here we go. Working out a Logic Pro X, the newest edition. I have all of the Waves plugins, some stuff from Joey Sturgis. You'll see a lot of the stuff I use in this video. So anyway, here's the track. I have some of my mastering stuff off right now. But here it is with just the mix on it real quick.
Feels like it's from the other side. Feels like it's from the other side. Rose, we don't ever care what they say. Cups of the rose, we don't ever care what they say. What they say.
So there's that, and then later on comes a verse. A little different mixing technique.
What the whole say. Lemonades with Bombay, we been holding hands. They might be breaking part, folding bands.
And of course, there's different refrains, etc. So we'll kind of go through all the different parts. So here's the beat. Nothing done to it. I've dropped it down negative 2.8 just to give myself a little bit of headroom. You can see it's peaking at about negative 9.3. So did the job. I have plenty of headroom to work with, as well as my vocals, a lot of which I've turned down, as you can see, to mostly negative 4.9. And of course, I have my volume envelopes going on here, so they will change a bit throughout the song. So anyways, on the main vocal, we will solo that, and we'll take this and drag it, and we'll play that.
Feels like it's from the other side. Feels like it's from the other side.
So it's got like a real kind of fluttery feel, I guess you could say. So anyways, here's how we got there. First of all, I love using Vocal Writer. Right now it's on read because it's already done all the automation. But you can actually have this on write while you're recording. It'll work as you're going without interfering with the latency. So basically I can leave it on read right now. It's already done its job, basically. So I slapped that Vocal Writer on there. That's a Waves plugin. I believe it's like $65 or something. So not bad for what it does. And then next, I add Vitamin. Now here's the reason why I add this next in my stem line. Every mixing engineer has a different line in which they do things. A lot would ask, why do you use Vitamin at all? Or why do you put it in the beginning versus the end? I put it in the beginning because I like to kind of have my main vocals down, as you can see. So here it is with the Vitamin.
Feels like it's from the other side.
You can actually solo all of these.
Feels like it's from the other side.
So I'm adding a lot of the harmonic ranges, or I guess the higher
Cups of the rose,
we don't have. As you can see, I have a lot of punch on here, 3.6. So it's pretty heavy, but you can see we're still not peaking because I have my Vitamin working first. Working first in my line. So that's kind of the theory behind why I have it so high in my chain. Now I can boost what the Vitamin's doing with the rest of my plugins. So next is a Joey Sturgis plugin. This is one many hip-hop engineers, or just many engineers won't even know about. This guy's done mixing for Pantera, Miss May I, Devil Wears Prada, you name it, tons of hardcore bands. This is like a screamer's compressor, but it works so well with singing and rapping, and it works so quick.
I got some cups of some rosé. My baby never cared what the whole say.
Remember, this is without the auto-tune as well. So we're already getting our flutteriness. It's already sounding better, like a nice live present vocal. So and this is all without even the auto-tune or the R-Box or what we have.
Feels like it's from the other side.
Yeah, I'm also going to turn off the reverb real quick. Sorry I left that on there, but here's without the reverb.
Feels like it's from the other side. Feels like it's...
Now, when I record and also when I track artists, I always have reverb added at first, and I'll tastefully mix it in very quickly. I kind of have in my head as soon as I hear the beat, and I know what their voice is if I've recorded them before, kind of what kind of reverb I want them to have. So, anyways, here's what I ended up with.
Feels like it's from the other side.
The whole purpose of that is just to make it more fun while you're mixing, you know? You can always turn it down or turn it off to check things if you think it's interfering with your ear. But anyways, that gives you the mood, the fluttery vibe. And for the reverb, I'm using Arverb. Yeah, Arverb. And that's actually on a mono track. A lot of times when I use reverb, it's on a stereo bus, but this is on a mono. Just notice that. But it's on a flat plate long. You can see I have the EQs adjusted here. I don't never like my low EQs on my vocals or any vocals. So anyways, here's the scale I came up with for the beat. So anyways, here's without the auto tune.
Feels like it's from the other side.
Here's with the auto tune.
Feels like it's from the other side. Feels like it's from the other side. Rose.
It's got real smooth sound to it. So next, so far on our channel, put them all in order. We have Vocal Rider, Vitamin, Gain Reduction, Pitch Correction. Next, we add Arverb, but this is just to get rid of a lot of the breaths. It's like a gator, you barely use the compression. This is why I use it later on as opposed to earlier, because if you use it earlier, you're going to crank that compression up by your ear. It's not loud enough yet. No, use it later on, in my opinion. So anyways, here we go without it.
Feels like it's from the other side. Feels like it's from the other side. Feels like it's from the...
So it just kind of makes words come in. It's kind of like that poppy sound. So then next, last in the chain, we have our verb here. Last in the chain is our de-esser. I have on the male S, it's a waves de-esser, and I have the frequency set at 4500, the threshold of negative 27.2. Here's how it reacts.
Feels like it's from the other side.
Now, you know it's reacting when the attenuator is going down especially, so keep note of that. So here's without it.
Feels like it's from the other side.
With it.
Feels like it's from the other side.
So once again, it's complementing the RVox and shortening the words. So what you're getting out of the Vitamin, so here's how I would put it. First in the chain, what you're getting out of Vocal Rider would be the flow. What you're getting out of Vitamin next is your ear candy, but tastefully, and you can boost it, and it sounds more natural. And then next you have the gain reduction, which is great at bringing everything up. It's snappy, it's quick, it's good for all types of vocals. You can keep the body. And then, so from there you have a really good slate, clean sounding vocal, like, oh my God, in your face to work with. That's crispy. You can tweak the Vitamin, the ear candy around that person's voice and the frequencies in which their vocals range. So the next, you have pitch correction. Add that on there. I never use a scale. I always do it by ear. Take my time and do it per the beat. So then anyways, the next you have RVox, which is just controlling and shortening everything. Kind of turning it into like a more modern day pop sounding mix with the vocal de-esser just complementing that even more tastefully.
Feels like it's from the other side.
Now we add in the beat.
Feels like it's from the other side.
So now you know the vocal chain in which I used to make Lemon Haze from scratch out of my own noggin. Anyway, so I'm going to go throughout the song and you're going to hear some different layers. And since you already know the basic of what I did for everything, you can just see the small differences I made for background vocals, etc., etc. Should be easy from here out. So here we go.
Feels like it's from the other side. Rose, we don't ever care what they say. Ups of the rose.
Alright, so here we have lead vocals, main back vocals. Main back vocals, let's see the only difference. We still have our auto tune on. Still have our gain reduction on. So on our gain reduction, we have
Rose, we don't mix some lemonade.
It's basically a radio sound. So here's what
Rose,
So that's what I have. So this is what I have on it. And then also on top of that, I have a mega wide chorus. This is actually just a Logic Pro and Logic Pro X basic ass plugin for making chorus sounds. And I kind of like how it sounds. It's really fluttery. So that's why I used it on this song. And I have that at the beginning of the chain. So anyways, that's how those background vocals are done.
From the other side, rose, we don't ever care what they say. Cups of the rose, we don't ever care what they hate to say. What they hate to say. I got some cups of some rose.
So on these background vocals, I do not have the gain reduction on. I'm using vitamins slightly different, as you can see on the presence, to bring them out slightly differently. And I do not have the chorus on them, and that's basically just to kind of get you ready for the verse coming in.
Baby never cared what the hoes say. Let me haze with some Bombay.
Show you what I did there. It's just a simple fade out with a turn it into a slowdown.
I got some cups of some rose. My baby never cared what the hoes say. Let me haze with some Bombay. What they to say, my baby never cared what the hoes say. I got some cups of some rose. My baby never cared what the hoes.
Cool, now we're at the verse. This is the only chain that I have to show you that's different. After we get done with the verse, I'm going to show you the mastering while we go over the last part of the song so you can hear that as well. But those are all the same tricks that I just showed you. So anyways, on the verse is a lot different. We still have our vocal writer on. Now notice on, okay, it is slightly different. It's a little bit closer in. So anyways, then we go to Vitamin. You can see I've tweaked that differently. Now, the only different plugins I've used for this verse, so I'll add in what we've already went over slowly. Here we go. Starting with vocal writer.
Lemonades with Bombay, we've been holding hands. They might be breaking part.
Notice there's still tons of headroom on my vitamin because it's so early.
Lemonades with Bombay, we've been holding hands. They might be breaking part, folding bands. I've been folding bands, I've been counting.
Now we have our aggressive sound, and we still have like -7 to -9 rooms decibel to work with. It's crazy, right? Then we add in our pitch correction, which is a lot less on the verse. Sometimes I'll leave some more natural kind of off notes just to make it more natural.
Lemonades with Bombay, we've been holding hands.
Now the only thing different is we have an R compressor on here as well, kind of working.
Lemonades with Bombay.
All that's doing is giving a little smoother feel, so just don't worry about this compressor too much. It's just kind of a typical lightweight compressor. And then next, a trick I use on my verses, which I really like for hip-hop, and some people don't use it all on vocals, or is the L1 limiter, or limiters at all. People don't really use too much, but some people don't, at least. Say about 50% that I've met, but I really like limiters on my vocals. I think it just makes them slam. Here's before.
Lemonades with Bombay, we've been holding hands. They might be.
And as you can see, the headroom actually went down more, that's because I'm compressing it and slamming it, but it still sounds pretty damn good, and it's not attenuating too much, which is this red bar.
Lemonades with Bombay,
in fact, barely at all. So then the only thing I have on my verses was an EQ, which just kind of brought out around the 3000.
Lemonades with Bombay, we've been holding hands. They might be breaking part, folding bands.
Real small tweaks, you know, and then just the reverb, which is less than the choruses, obviously. So that's how we did that. Next we'll go over the mastering. Just listen through.
I've been folding bands, I've been counting cash. I might just throw that on my baby's ass, cause she worked for it, she twerked for it. She give me loving, I call that working for it. So I supply her with some gold, some reefers so we can get blown. lemon haze, sip so that bomb.
Alright, cool. So what I want you to check out here is down here where my mouse is at. It's negative 5.8, and right where this chorus comes in, right where I stopped it at, is the loudest point in the song. So that's right about where you want your main stereo out or master output to be at when you're getting ready to master. So this is like, I knew like I had a pretty perfect mix going, ready to master it. And that's cool to have a really good mix like that ready to go, especially when you could add all the cool tweaks you got to add to it, like I did with all the reverbs. Just all the different layers, and it's always nice just not have to worry about the master at the end of the day. So this mix came out real